Bismillah Rahman Rahim, Assalamu Alaikum and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, the International Cricket Council has released the schedule of the ICC Champions Trophy 2025 to be held in Pakistan. The tournament begins on the 19th of February with the opener, which will be played between Pakistan and New Zealand at the National Bank Cricket Arena in Karachi. And then, of course, we've got the games simultaneously in all three venues that were announced initially for Pakistan. They include the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. We've got the National Bank Cricket Arena in Karachi and the Qaddafi Stadium in Lahore. And then, of course, for the neutral venue, Dubai has been finalized and confirmed in the schedule as well. And I think the date to watch out for is the 23rd of February when Pakistan take on India at the Dubai Cricket Stadium. But it's all interesting. The tournament, of course, like I said, starts from the 19th of February and runs all the way till March. And, of course, exciting matches on display in the Champions Trophy as well. And now, of course, I think we've got an idea of where teams are playing, so we can, of course, make our calculations as well. Then, of course, we move on and we will be discussing some more particular things on Sports Extra regarding Pakistan's tour to South Africa. Pakistan is all set to face South Africa in the first test match that starts tomorrow, a Boxing Day test match, of course. Both the teams have announced their playing 11. Surprisingly, Pakistan have gone with three seamers and they've left out the fourth option. So they've also dropped Abdullah Shafiq, which is, of course, another surprise as well. People were actually rating him to do pretty well in the test series or gain some confidence back. He's had a horrible one-day international series, but then again, looks like management obviously has other plans. So now, of course, it's going to be Mir Hamza, Naseem Shah and Mohammad Abbas, who makes a comeback to the Pakistan side after a while, who are going to lead the pace attack. And then, of course, Numan Ali has been included as the spinner and Salman Ali Agha as the spin all-rounder in that side as well. And, of course, South Africa going with four seamers. They've also announced they're playing 11. It's all to play for them. They're the number one ranked side in Test cricket. So I think it's going to be very interesting. We'll discuss this two-match Test series in detail as well. Time now to introduce the guests. First of all, joining us in studios is sports journalist and expert Abdul Jabbar Faisal. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I am fine. Have a great day, viewers.
Thank you. We've also been joined by sports expert Ali Mehdi. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Walaikum salam. I'm very well.
Thank you for joining us. And also joining us is first-class cricketer, expert and also veteran cricketer now, Kashif Majid. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. Thank you very much for that introduction.
Thank you very much for joining us as well. Now let's take a look at the report of the ICC releasing the schedule of the Champions Trophy 2025 and then we continue.
The International Cricket Council announced the 8-team ICC Champions Trophy 2025 schedule to be hosted by Pakistan from 19th February to 10th March. The matches will be played at the three venues of Pakistan, Rawalpindi, Karachi, while at least 4 matches will be hosted by Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Karachi's National Bank Stadium and Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium will host 3 group matches each, while Lahore's Qaddafi Stadium will host a minimum of 4 matches. All matches will begin at 2 p.m. local time. The tournament will kick off with a Group A fixture involving defending champions Pakistan and New Zealand at the National Bank Stadium on 19th February. The second group match of Pakistan will be against India at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium on Sunday, 23rd February. The host will play their third and final group match at the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium against Bangladesh on 27th February. Afghanistan, Australia, England and South Africa are placed in Group B. The top 2 sides from each group will play the semi-finals, with the first semi-final scheduled at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium on 4th March. The second semi-final will be staged at the Qaddafi Stadium in Lahore on 5th March. Both the semi-finals have been allotted reverse days as well. The final of the event is scheduled on Sunday, 9th March, with the venue Lahore's Qaddafi Stadium or Dubai's International Cricket Stadium to be confirmed closer to the match. 10th March will be the reverse day for the final.
There you have it. Sabah gives us all the details of the schedule of the ICC Champions Trophy. So Abdul Jabbar Faisal, all 3 venues for Pakistan have now been confirmed and the opener starts with Pakistan taking on New Zealand in Karachi. How are you seeing this schedule overall?
I think it's balanced and they are giving maximum opportunity to Pakistan to play in Pakistan. Only one match, 23rd February, that is the most important and that will be what will match of the tournament, you know. And somebody says we win or loss. I think first of all ICC lost. ICC could not fulfill their commitments. And other thing, after 23 February, if Pakistan wins, we will win. If India win, India will win because they had only one aim to shift the match from Pakistan to India.
Neutral venue, yes.
Neutral venue. As such, there is no security reason. Other teams are coming. In the past, Prime Minister Modi came in Pakistan without visa, and when he was asked why you go without visa, without telling the host, he says, I have no fear. That time, now they are doing all politics. And second thing is most important, in Pakistan, when India comes here, they feel bit pressure, and if they visit here, they will damage their politics, and they will be, people don't like that. They don't want to see the defeated India in the ICC Champion Trophy. This is the reason. That's why India put all powers to shift the match from here to Dubai.
Yes, probably.
And secondly, this is very important. Very important that India will play all the matches there, and if India does not qualify, then semi-final and other matches will be held in Lahore. I think Pakistan Cricket Board compromised with the situation. Overall, it is good decision. They got the T20 Women World Cup, and again I will say, if 23rd March we will win, that will be our real victory.
Absolutely, and I think people want Pakistan to win now because of everything happening in the ICC. But I think Jabbar Faisal is right that once you look at the schedule, India has gotten what they wanted, so they've got no more excuses. Now, if they lose to Pakistan in Dubai, I think that is a great omen for Pakistan, that what we're eyeing as well. But Ali Mehdi, what do you make of the schedule as well? Now, finally, fans can focus on the cricket and the excitement at large.
No, I think everybody's more or less relieved that the schedule is now out. Look, we've been waiting for this for the very long time. This is the first time in history that you talk about ICC an event and a tournament, and the schedule is out under 2 months. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense, but you can understand because of the whole situation and because of this hybrid model, fusion model, everything. But finally, it is out now. We know that there are 4 venues: Rawalpindi, Lahore, Karachi, and obviously Dubai too, where India is going to have their matches too. But I think it's more or less relief that finally, after about 29 years, there's going to be an event happening in Pakistan, ICC event in Pakistan. We waited a long time. You're talking about a generation who's never seen an ICC event in Pakistan. So this is more or less a relief. But, I was actually looking at the Indian media, and they saw this is a great victory for themselves. And, this for Pakistan, this is a loss. I completely disagree. I think Pakistan have done whatever they can. They got obviously this fusion formula where obviously India will not come to Pakistan, and in 2026, Pakistan won't be going to them. And then we got a Women's T20 World Cup too. So I can't see why this is a loss for Pakistan. I think now the onus and the pressure will be on India because they will be playing in Dubai, whereas Pakistan, for that matter, will be obviously playing all over in Pakistan and obviously playing in Dubai. But let's not forget that, you've got 2 other big teams in this group too, where in Pakistan's group, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh and New Zealand, and there are no mugs for that matter. They can go and they can beat India too. So I think that this is going to be even, Stephen. I think there's no favorites. Genuinely, I feel there are no favorites. On their day, anybody can win in these conditions too. But because it's a home tournament, Pakistan, and because their preparation is so good, it will be great. But I think it will be a great festive occasion, and the fact that finally we're going to have an ICC event in Pakistan speaks volumes for all the effort PCB, their management, and even the government of Pakistan has done to make sure that this tournament is now being held in Pakistan.
Ali Mehdi, how important is that encounter on the 23rd now? Because obviously, whenever there's an ICC tournament, regardless of the games, I think even more than the final, the excitement and all the viewership stays with the Pakistan-India game. And now, once again, but I think the stakes are even higher for the very first time. Pakistan in one-day internationals, I'm not talking about T20, looks to have that slight edge right now that, they can probably pull this off.
Look, the fact of the matter is that because this is because of what has happened in the lead up. Normally, the lead up, not many people talk about it. They talk about it in an isolated sphere, that the fact of the matter is the World Cup, India is so much good. But look, this time it's different because of the fact that Pakistan has had to compromise its India matches, which has now gone outside Pakistan. And let's not forget, people in Rawalpindi and Lahore have lost some matches because of this. I think Pakistan will have that extra bite, that extra fire to go and perform well against India. And I've been following the Indian media. They are so over the moon over the fact that we've gotten our matches in Dubai. Look, the fact of the matter over here is that that's going to be a cracker of a match. India has not played many one days recently. Yes, they have a series against England where they'll play 3 ODIs before going there, but not much practice in that format. So it will be very interesting to see how their lead up will be too. Whereas Pakistan will be playing a Tri-Nations tournament and then going into the Champions Trophy. So I think if there's one format where Pakistan has been doing extremely well, it's the ODI format, and on their day, now that their combination is almost perfect, I think Pakistan have no reason to do extremely well in this tournament. So I think that 23rd is going to be a fantastic game, and it's going to be 50-50 on their day. Whoever plays well, whichever match winners turn up are going to win their game for their country.
Well, certainly. Kashif, what do you make of the schedule now? Obviously, all the venues and the matches have now been confirmed.
I guess it's very important for Pakistan to focus on all those matches which is happening in Pakistan, logistically and all those things, because it's again a point to prove to all the world that playing in Pakistan is it will be one of the most happening thing for players, because everybody talks about the hospitality Pakistan have got, and everybody talks about the emotions, going through the emotions, because going through all those Indian players who have visited Pakistan, they talk very high of it, and since they're not coming, and just going through one of those news that Ravi Chandran Ashwin got retired after playing 100 test matches and not a single match against Pakistan. This is what they're losing at. The players, there was a time when we talk about that he's a classic batsman because he has scored the century against every opponent, and Virat Kohli haven't scored a test century against us. So this is something they're losing at. But when we talk about Pakistan in this schedule, I think it's a perfect thing, and I want this event to happen. Yes, Ali rightly said there are few matches we lost because India just don't want to play. I think 4 of them or 3 of them we lost, and most probably since India is not making it to the semi-finals, so semi-finals is in Pakistan, and we'll be seeing the rest of the tournament in Pakistan, a quality event. And I think just before this program started, that we were thinking of going into the Rawalpindi Stadium and watching those matches live, and most probably this will be everybody's mind that they want to grab those tickets now, because since the schedule is out.
Absolutely, and I think it really is important, because there were a lot of rumors going around that maybe Pindi crowd would once again be denied, but obviously I think out of all the venues which are very, very important, Jabbar Faisal, you've got the experience of going to these stadiums as well. The Pindi Stadium is a very important stadium for international cricket, considering that fans from both Rawalpindi and Islamabad get to go there, and there is more of enthusiasm than you see in other parts of Pakistan.
Actually, even the first T20 National Cup was held here. A lot of people come here, and now this is international, and other city, Lahore and Karachi, they're not too much. You can say spectator want to see the matches in the ground, but always Rawalpindi, even in the one day T20 or test match, a lot of people come here to watch the cricket. And this is in the delivery issues too. They can't move there easily, but now they have come in that system. They know how to deal with these hurdles. But anyhow, the people like very much this game of cricket in Pindi.
And I think you got a real flavor of the game as well. I often tell people that, if you're watching a match in Pindi, you're very close to the pitch. That's what it feels like. Other grounds, you've got a big distance towards the players as well. But obviously, Ali Mehdi, that, gives fans a special treat. And I think for far too long, it was being said that Pindi might not host these matches. It's great that, the crowd over here deserves to see international players as well.
Why shouldn't Pindi crowd actually see it? I understand that they're saying probably logistics aren't right, the ground isn't in the perfect shape, but I don't see any reason. Look, the Pindi crowd is extremely motivated, very passionate crowd over there, so they deserve. And it's not only Pindi, people from the KPK belt over come here, surrounding Pindi areas, Islamabad, they will come and they'll come to and flock the stadiums too. So I don't see any reason. Yes, probably it isn't getting that sort of renovation like National Bank Arena in Karachi. Ghazi and Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore, but there's no other reason. I think Pindi Stadium is perfect, and logistically it's very easy to get to, after getting through security checks. So I mean, I think it's great, because there were some rumors, Ahmed, that probably Pindi might lose its matches to and might not have some matches at all. But it's great because there is one Pakistan match, Pakistan versus Bangladesh, which will be taking place on Thursday, the 27th of February, will be taking place at Pindi Stadium. So that's one to look out for. But other than that, Pindi has some matches, and I think it's fantastic that they've also gotten their fair share of matches, because we were all very worried about it. But look, it's fantastic that these three venues are getting some matches too, and let's hope that it's a competitive Champions Trophy. And if India doesn't qualify, like Abdul Jabbar Saab said, then what will happen is that Lahore will get both semi-finals and obviously the final too. So I think which will be excellent. So only time will tell. But at the end of the day, we should be very happy, very relieved, and a lot of kudos goes to the entire PCB and the management and all the stakeholders. That look, the Champions Trophy is happening in Pakistan. We waited for a long time for an ICC event, and finally all teams are actually looking forward to it coming. In fact, England has already announced its squad, so we're just going to see now in the build-up, which is under 2 months. It's going to be very exciting time in the lead-up to the Champions Trophy.
Well, certainly, Kashif, there is something electrifying about the Pindi crowd itself as well. Islamabad doesn't have a stadium, but obviously we throng to Pindi to watch the game as well. So it's a very important game, considering the capacity is limited and a lot of people are inside the ground. More of them are even outside, and there's a fanfare across the twin cities.
I guess I remember talking about Rawalpindi. I remember Zimbabwe coming early in the 90s. Irfan Bhatti debuted for Pakistan. He was a local lad. Alistair Campbell scores few runs in a test match, also in the one-day match. And the whole of the Rawalpindi crowd was supporting Zimbabwe in that match. Yeah. I still remember Alistair Campbell, playing some good shots across the field, and there are some drives and the cuts. And everyone in the stadium is cheering for the Zimbabwe, because at that point of time, Zimbabwe was considered as a very minnows team, and they haven't won anything against Pakistan. So this is what Rawalpindi, the crowd, this is what the flavor of the Rawalpindi crowd. And I always believe that they are very supportive of every team coming to Pakistan. We haven't seen the Rawalpindi crowd going silent even if Pakistan was on the losing side. They appreciate the efforts of every single individual, every single cricketer who is playing in front of them. I haven't seen, going through the history, I haven't seen any match stopped due to the bad behavior of the crowd in Rawalpindi. There are certain places around the globe. I just going through the highlights of Kolkata Test in 1999, and there were so many instances in India. But when we talk about Pakistan and primarily Rawalpindi, I'm not sure if there is one. Also, there is one instance where Kis Keynes said in a test match in most probably 96-97 series that he is unable to watch the ball because the sun is directly in front of his eyes, and the match stopped post lunch for half an hour or pre-tea half an hour. So there are certain historical events happening in Rawalpindi, but most importantly, the crowd is just there to support. And as you mentioned, that the distance between the boundary and the crowd is not far, so you can listen to everything they say about you. And there are certain stories which Shoaib actually Shoaib Akhtar come up with, that he has to listen to all those jokes and all those compliments standing up to there because he's a local lad. So this is the flavor of Rawalpindi, and I guess every match, every single bit of happening of cricket going there in the Rawalpindi cricket stadium, it will be joyful to watch.
Well, we've seen everything in the Pindi Stadium. The sun stopping a match, a kite flying stopping the match.
Yes.
There's been so much about the Pindi Cricket Stadium.
And Ahmed, if you allow me,
yes, sir.
I'm not sure. I'm sure, although because due to the certain security reasons, the food market adjacent to Rawalpindi Stadium will be closed for that. But in the normal days, if the bowling end is towards the Murray Road end or Deborah Road end, and you talk about the wideish square leg or back foot square leg region, there is a certain smell of a certain plow. You cannot play a single ball if that smell is there and you're feeling hungry. So most probably players won't enjoy that, but we have certainly enjoyed that during our club days and the first class.
Absolutely. I think that's also a signal to the team management of our PTV world as well, including the coach to, at least arrange something for our matches as well, close to something Pindi Stadium. I think that, food-wise is very important. Yes, Jabbar Faisal, you would like to add something.
I, as a journalist, covered first test match between Zimbabwe and Pakistan. And Alistair Campbell was playing very nice. But it leg before decision was critical. And that's why people were on that time supporting too much them. There was injustice with them. After losing that wicket, Zimbabwe, all players got easily out and Pakistan won that test match. Everyone was criticizing them, but it is a part of game. Sometime that was not a deliberately, maybe misjudgment, but on that time, lot of people come to watch the test match.
I think it's another flavor when you talk about the Pindi Cricket Stadium. Even for Test cricket, it's a jam-packed crowd as well. I remember England absolutely hammering us, and still there was a full house in Pindi Cricket Stadium. So that speaks volumes of how the crowd enjoy the games over here. But the schedule, like we told you, is out, and all the matches have been identified with the venues. It's going to be a terrific tournament once again, which Pakistan is hosting, and hopefully with the defending champions we get to do it all over again as well. That being said, Pakistan is all set to take on South Africa tomorrow in the first test match of the 2-test match series. Let's take a look at this report.
The two-match test series between Pakistan and South Africa is set to begin tomorrow at Centurion. With the first test scheduled for Boxing Day, the series continues with the second test starting January 3rd in Cape Town. This test series follows a notable build-up as South Africa triumphed in the three-match T20 International Series, winning 2-0. However, Pakistan made a significant mark by whitewashing South Africa in the three-match ODI series, becoming the first team to achieve such a feat on South African soil. Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan, Saim Ayub, Naseem Shah, Salman Ali Agha, Kamran Ghulam and Abdullah Shafiq have joined the test squad. South African team has announced their playing 11 for the first test, led by captain Timber Bavuma and featuring key players such as Aidan Markham, Kagiso Rabada and Marco Jensen. The home side, who are only one victory away from sealing their spot in the World Test Championship final, named an all-pace bowling attack for the series opener. Both teams are aiming to maintain their momentum in what promises to be a highly competitive and thrilling test series. The two teams have faced each other 28 times in test matches. Pakistan has won 6 of these encounters, while South Africa has secured 15 victories with 7 matches ending in a draw.
There you have it, all the details in this report regarding Pakistan taking on South Africa. Now, both sides have announced their playing 11, so it's going to be very, very exciting. Ali Mehdi, how are you seeing this game? It's a bit different now strategy-wise because South Africa realizing what kind of home advantage they want, and they're going with an all-out pace attack, while Pakistan has managed to not only keep just 3 pace bowlers, play in 1 spinner in the form of Noman Ali, but also go with another additional spin bowling option with Salman Ali Agha.
I think it's mind-boggling that the sort of selection which Pakistan has selected at the top for the 11. I mean, you're talking about Centurion wicket. This isn't going to be the same Centurion wicket where this Saim Ayub made 98 in the T20, and you saw bulk of runs. This is going to be really seaming. It's going to be very friendly, and we've seen historically whenever this test matches do take place at Centurion Park, then South Africa, especially playing against a South Asian team, they always make a seamer-friendly track, and that's exactly what they're doing. They have about 4 pacers who will be playing this match. They're really looking forward to it. Look, everything is on the line for South Africa. They have everything to lose. They need to win one of these 2 test matches at Centurion or at Newlands, which will be taking place after New Year too. So they really need to win this. So they've gone for an aggressive approach. They've gone for the right approach. There's going to be probably rain in that area too, in the high veld area too. So there is a possibility that there's rain and it could be interrupted. So they've gone with the right selection. They've already played 2 test matches where they beat Sri Lanka. So they know how the situation is like. They are playing in home conditions, and I think that they start as favorites too, despite the fact that Pakistan won against England at home. We are playing in South Africa right now, and they really are not happy after losing that series, but more on the line because they want to qualify for their first World Test Championship final at Lords, and for that they need to win one of these 2 tests. So expect South Africa to come fire with fire. They're going to be pose a really strong threat against Pakistan, and Pakistan really need to come up against the goods because this South African team means business, and they're really going to they're really going to put up a strong show against Pakistan.
Well, certainly. Kashif, how do you see the combination now? It's like 2 different strategies. South Africa realized the onus. They're a #1 ranked test side in the world right now. But obviously, I think Temba Bavuma, and if you look at on paper, Pakistan seems to be carrying that experience. But home advantage still lies with South Africa. They're going with an all-out pace attack. Pakistan thinks that 3 pacers and an additional batter who could bowl spin as well might be the best option.
I guess with Pakistan lineup, the additional spinner can be handy in the third and the fourth, or most probably fourth and the fifth day with the wicket. We are assuming that it will be a green top wicket because the way South Africa have picked their bowlers. But South Africa is also picking those 4 fast bowlers because most probably Keshav Maharaj is not fit. And they haven't got a quality spinner who can bowl in the longer spells in Test cricket and pick wickets. The only option they have got to play in the Test match is Keshav Maharaj since he is not fit. So most probably this can be said as a forced choice by South Africa, that they wanted to all pace attack. Since we have got a spinner in our ranks and we can use that spinner, we can use additional batter because our batter can bowl certain off spins. So this can be a quality, most probably one of the best lineup we have seen after so many years. And Pakistan, I still believe that we are going good in red ball cricket and white ball cricket in 50 over format. Yes, T20 there is a bit of question mark, but these 2 formats, since they two quite resemble with each other, so most probably we have got a very good chance. And since our batting line is slightly have got the edge of experience and in form, I think we have got a good chance in winning this Test match.
Well, certainly, I think it looks like a forced selection most probably, but then again, I think they'll utilize their advantage as well. But Pakistan surely has the experience. It's going to be very tricky. But Ali Mehdi, I'll just take your point, then I'll move on to Jabbar Faisal. There's a lot to talk about now, because once you remove Abdullah Shafiq from the equation, that means that Shan Masood is going to open now, and you're bringing Kamran at 3. So this is a major change for Pakistan's batting lineup.
It is a major change, and what it does is that now you're putting Kamran Ghulam, at number 3, which I think it's going to be interesting. As he's done well in the ODI series. He hit a brilliant 100, but I think it's a bit too early for him because he was very comfortable at number 4. He got let's not forget, he got a century at Multan against England too. But,
on debut,
on debut too. But the thing over here is that now you're putting him against this really strong South African attack where they're going to really be bowling. They're really going to have a go at you, and their post bowlers are going to get seam movement. So I think it's the right move, to be honest, because Abdullah Shafiq looks completely at sea, and he was looking a bit like a walking wicket too. To take him out of the equation is the right decision. Shan Masood actually goes up top with the inform on fire, Saim Ayub too. But at number 3, Kamran Ghulam is actually really will have to, he'll have to see off that new ball too, obviously, if he comes early, and he'll have to stake his claim over there, because number 3 is an important position. But this is all so that you can accommodate the returning Babar Azam, who actually missed that series against England. He's shown glimpses, and I think he'll do very well. But all in all, with him, with Kamran Ghulam number 3, Babar number 4, and then Saud Shakil Rizwan, and then Salman Ali Agha, I think this is the right combination. I do think that Pakistan has stealth in their batting too, but it's very important that everybody contributes, because South Africans are really going to give it. It's going to be really difficult for Pakistanis to actually score on this Centurion wicket.
Well, certainly. I think it's going to be a real contest between their bowlers and our batters, and obviously we've got the right bowling attack as well. Abbas is making a comeback. I like the fact that Mir Hamza has been given an opportunity, and Naseem Shah has got the best opportunity now to probably come back in that rhythm as well. But Jabbar Faisal, how do you see the selection? 2 different kinds of selection we're seeing from both these separate teams.
I think Team management selected a balanced side, which were available to them at the tour. But in the Test match is entirely different. You need regular bowlers. You have only 4 regular bowlers. Saim Ayub and Agha Salman can bowl 4 over or 10 over, but you need wicket taker bowler. You need breakthrough. You need work hard. For example, the other team announced 4 pacers. We should add 1 more pacer, and we should rely on 5 batters and 1 wicket keeper. It will be good for the Pakistan team. Always important in the Test match, you have to bowl out other team 20 batters twice. 1 is 10 other things. We should concentrate on that. Anyhow, we hope our team will perform well.
Well, do you believe that Pakistan should now be looking to invest in a fast bowler who can bat as well, in the shape of probably Amir Jamal or somebody else, because that all-round element has been missing. The last one we've invested in has been Fahim Ashraf, but he's no longer part of the Pakistan structure at the moment.
Actually, nowadays cricket is too much. You know, test matches, one day, T20,
cricket,
leagues, and everyone is trying to play all the matches. And it's very difficult to a player to maintain his fitness level in the all formats. In the past, there was cricket was not so fast and so too much, but now the cricket has been entirely changed. For a you can say all-rounder, if he will play each game, it will be difficult him to maintain his fitness level.
Certainly.
This is the problem. That's why the all-rounders are not coming.
Certainly. Ali Mehdi, $1 million question now. Mohammad Abbas makes a comeback to the Pakistan side.
Thank you for asking me that question, because I have been his biggest fan ever since he made his debut in 2017. Look, 2017 to 2021, he had an average of 23. I found it extremely, I thought it was extremely wrong of the team selection to overlook him for the past 3 years. I mean, this is a person who's gotten bucket loads of wickets, should it be in the local Quaid-e-Azam trophy, or he's done extremely well in county cricket too. So look, he probably isn't, you know, a tear-away bowler, but he bowls line and length. And who can forget that series against Australia in the UAE way back in 2018, where on dead wickets he managed to actually upset the apple cart and got all those wickets against Australia and helped us win, clean sweep them 2-0. So I just don't seem to understand why he was overlooked. But look, what's happened is happened. He, at the age of 34, he's making a comeback, and I'm so happy that this new team management under Aqib Javed has considered him, because look, he is the one bowler when it comes to line and length, you know, of the seam movement. Kashif Bhai would explain to you better why he's so effective in all these conditions. I think he's going to really, with that experience, he's really going to be a potent threat for Pakistan, and I cannot wait to see him playing tomorrow, because he is the one person who really deserves to make a comeback back into this team.
Well, certainly, but Kashif, you know, it's been sort of a strange conclusion that we've reached. He was dropped from the side for not having enough pace. He kept on performing on the domestic circuit in England. He was doing a fantastic job. We stuck with our obsession for pace, and now immediately once the management changes, they bring back Mohammad Abbas for the format he's a specialist in, and that's Test cricket.
You rightly used the word obsession, because for the last 3 or 4 years, everybody was talking about the pace. We wanted some pace bowlers to be part of the Pakistani lineup. We wanted those fast bowlers who can be used as the tear-away fast bowlers. And in between those, Abbas was performing exceptionally well. Okay, one point most probably difficult to digest at that time, but I still believe Abbas will be at a slightly disadvantage when we talk about the South African conditions, because with his line of length, the element of LBW and board would not be there. But as Ali mentioned last time in against Australia in UAE, the most of his dismissals was LBW or bold, because he can just cut the ball, nips the ball, and the bold and the LBW came into the contention. But when it comes to South Africa, slightly bouncy tracks, so Abbas will be looking and eyeing for those edges behind the stumps and those catches to be held by the keeper and the slips. So the bold and LBW would not be there. This is what happened with Van Philander when he was playing, and we can quietly say that he resembles to Van Philander with his line of length, the ball jagging off the track. But let's hope for the best, and let's hope that Abbas can hit the ball into certain right areas.
And likewise, Mir Hamza makes for a great inclusion. The number of matches he's played on the domestic front and the number of wickets he's taken as a left-arm fast bowler, he should have been playing long ago, but that is an argument for another day. But it's a great option considering you needed a left-arm fast bowler.
I still believe that it is an art to take wickets in the longest format. It's just not about your ability to swing the ball or to generate pace off the wicket. It's an art. How you plan a certain batsman into a certain trap, and this is where Mir Hamza has got so much to offer. I still remember the very first ball against Travis Head, because previously he was just bowling those outswinger to the left-handed, and he set Travis Head even when Travis Head was not at the crease, he was watching that Mir Hamza's deliveries in from the dugout. He set him up, and the very first ball he got that in swinger to the Travis Head, and this is it. And most probably Mir Hamza, Abbas, both of them knows how to get wickets, how to set the batsmen, and how to lure them in their trap.
Well, certainly, but it's a very exciting test series that we're looking forward to, considering all the ifs and buts on the World Test Championship table. And Ali Mehdi just enlightened me with saying that Pakistan can still make it with ifs and buts. So you never know what can happen. We still have 2 test matches, then we're playing 2 against the West Indies at home. It could be on any given day Pakistan the unpredictable. But thank you very much, Kashif, Abdul Jabbar Faisal and Ali Mehdi for joining us. That wraps up Sports Extra from me and the entire team. It's goodbye for now.